Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I know I started it late. I've just been getting everything cleaned up and getting ready for tomorrow because tomorrow, let's put that right here. Tomorrow is the day I go work and work straight through. So, yeah. They needed somebody to work and we really got to get stuff done, and yeah, so I pray everything goes good this month. I pray we hit our target. I pray for my leadership and I pray for everybody I work with. Sorry guys, I had to turn around, so give me 1 second. I'm getting at a better angle. I know I'm in the same clothes in my pajamas, but I did shower. I don't know what it is, but my hair is so curly. It has a mind of its own. I could brush it 50,000 times a day. And I guess with the humidity and because I'm in Texas visiting for work, I didn't realize how humid Texas really was until I came back and visited. But, and I visit pretty frequently. I do not live in Texas, let's just clarify that. But I am visiting because I had a family emergency and I had to be here, so I got in at 1:30 yesterday. And so we're going to do the lives a little differently. We're going to do the lives on days I am off. And we are going to do them earlier in the day because I know that in New York there is a time difference. So I'm not sure if they're 2 hours behind or an hour behind or an hour ahead. And because I know I do deal with New York accounts when I'm at work, but I've never really known what their time frame is. So, and because my mediator is in New York, one is in a different state, we have to work with the time scheduling and everybody working. So yes, I do want to say something. I pray for each and every one of you. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, and I know that my videos, if you'll just bear with me, there'll be more story times, there'll be more vintage content coming down the road. But because I severely injured my ankle, I cannot wear the heels right now because I have to let I severely sprained my toes and my ankle. And somebody asked me how I do that, and I'm just going to give a brief synopsis. I had decided to get a Route 44 lemonade because it was really hot, it was really sweaty, it got to 100 degrees. So at that time frame, I drank my lemonade and I decided to make the bed. I had washed the sheets, I had made the bed, so I put the pillows on my desk like I always do. Even when I'm just making the bed to get it straightened up, that's what I do. And somehow I didn't realize that my dog, because she'll mark her territory in this one spot in my bedroom, and somebody suggested getting Swiffer to mop it up. Swiffer is a game changer. It mops it up and it got the smell out of there because I used the heavy duty one. So thank you to Sally or whoever recommended that. It was a game changer. So I turned around and the next morning I went to get up. It was Sunday. It was my day off. I hadn't really had a day off. I worked 7 to 7 on Friday, and then I worked my major shift on Saturday. So I was off on Sunday. Well, this Sunday I'm not going to be off. I'm working a full 8-hour shift. So I'm not taking I don't think Sunday I'm taking lunch. So I have to get up a little early and eat before then. Nobody is forcing me. It was because they are so short-handed. I just didn't want to be away. And because Sunday is kind of a lax shift, and so is Saturday, I just thought it would be easier. So, so I ended up getting injured, and I ended up getting, my floor was really slippery. We didn't know why, because I had mopped up the lemonade, I had mopped up everything, and my mom even had mopped up and swept when the dog had peed. And unfortunately, I bit the dust. I went down hard on my ankle, and my toes bent back, and they were in an extended period for a minute, and they were really injured. So I ended up maneuvering my wheelchair while I was on my knees to the end of the bed, and I pulled myself up using the footrest of the bed. So I ended up getting myself, and then we wrapped my ankle. Well, I ordered an ace bandage from Amazon, and it did not stay in place very well, so Mom's getting a better one. And so today I have been hurting, and I didn't sleep really good last night because my ankle was hurting like any time. And it's not broken because I can put weight on it, I can stand on it. If it was broken, I couldn't even have done that. And I've sprained my ankle before, so this is a really bad sprain. And this ankle is weak, so I'm going to get some weights from Amazon. Ankle weights just to get my ankle stronger. I am still going to work out. I am doing another workout video in the works. I'm going to be using my ab roller, and I'm just waiting for my other stuff to come in. But I do want to thank all of y'all for being kind. Please, when you do comment on the channel, keep it PG. Kids read it. I know that my videos aren't made for kids necessarily, and that's the reason I do, because I know that adults usually watch my channel. But I just like to keep it safe, and modesty to me is being completely covered. And yes, sometimes I may wear shorts, but you don't see me walking around with a belly shirt on, or I know my shorts are a little short, and I do need to work on that, but I will never take my clothes off. I never have, never will. That is something I won't do on this channel, because my nephews watch this channel. And I want to honor my sister and everybody, and I would never do that, and it's just not right. I also want to say, I am not pregnant. I get this comment a lot, and I don't know what y'all are thinking. I don't know. I do have a sister. She has 2 kids. She lives far away. I don't always get to see my nieces. But yes, I do not have kids at this time. I think you should be married. I think you should be stable before you have children. And people telling me that I'm so old, I should have had kids. I did get that comment. And in God's time, because you never know what God's timing is for your life, please be respectful. I know I'm a little thick, but I am losing weight, and I've lost a lot of weight. But please don't comment on my body, because my body is mine, and that's how God made it. And I understand people will say things. I understand you see a video for a certain period of time, and you don't see what I do every day, because it's like a short video or a live or things like that. And I understand some of the things I've wore on my live are probably considered inappropriate. And the next thing I want to talk about, please do not tell me to give out my phone number, and please do not get upset at me if I don't, because that is a safety thing. I'm not giving out my phone number to anyone. And I've had several of you ask me to give out my phone number, and I don't, because that is a safety thing. Now, I do not want it to become a point where I don't want to do lives anymore. But when I am on my lives 9 times out of 10, and this is no disrespect to Guy is a great mediator. And so is Sally. But they were very extremely uncomfortable, and they have both brought it up to me that they were not happy. And I did stop a live because I don't like being told to take off my pants on a live, that I shouldn't wear pants. Where do you get off? If I was your little sister, would you want somebody to talk to me like that? And that baffled me, because I am somebody's daughter, I am somebody's sister, and I understand I wear a lot of dresses, and that's what y'all are used to. But I also wear other clothes, because when I'm cleaning, it's not always feasible to wear a dress. And I have to work with the outfits. Then I get told, well, you should lose some weight. Have you ever heard of Jenny Craig? Yes, I have, but I have extreme allergies, and that wouldn't be feasible for me. But I am, watching what I eat. I make sure I have 1 caffeinated beverage a day instead of 2, and I make sure that everything is made up. Now, the next thing I want to address, and I know each of y'all watch my lives, and I get it, but I'm not here to be somebody's sex symbol. I'm not here. I'm beautiful in my own right. I'm sexy in my own right, but that is only for my husband that I will ever be sexy for when and if I get married. Y'all asking me questions like, why won't you give your address? Why won't you give this? Because it's none of your business. I know that we're in the digital age and people can find out that stuff, but it's really nobody's business. It's also nobody's business talking about my private parts on a live was extremely inappropriate. Asking me if I clean my private parts, that's none of your business. My private parts will not be talked about on this channel, because there are kids that watch this with their families. I also would respect if y'all did not, because I am a preschool teacher. I do not want the kids that I am preschooling to actually see this. So please keep your comments. If they're going to be nasty, don't post them, because nobody wants to see them. I also want to say, and people kind of judged me for saying this, when I said that a man should be the head of the household. It's in the Bible. And when I do get married, that's what I'm going to look for. I understand that it's not everybody's cup of tea, but when I do get married, I'm going to marry somebody who is God-fearing. I'm going to marry somebody who has my best interest at heart. The other thing, my name is not Baby. It is Topanga Willow Jameson. And that is my name. That is what I was given at birth. Okay? Second thing. Don't come on my lives telling me to take off articles of clothing and shut my mouth. This is my life. I don't have to shut my mouth. If you don't want to watch the video, that's fine. But don't tell me to shut my mouth, because this is my video. And it is my channel. And I know there's a million other YouTubers you could watch. And I understand that. I totally get that. But don't you ever go on my live, any of y'all, and tell me to shut up. Because I have a right to talk about my family. I have a right to talk about my life. And I tell y'all stories. I know I have ADD and sometimes I chase rabbits, but I'm working on it. But please don't go at me and do that. I will have kids when I'm ready and when it is safe for me. I will also focus on other things, my health, my career, and I love doing the vintage content because that makes me really happy. But I also don't like hearing things about my private parts or anything like that on a live because that's why I stopped the live. If you want to be on the live, that's fine, but please keep it respectful because there are other people that watch that live once it goes up. Also, do not bully each other. Let's be kind to each other. I don't condone bullying on my channel. I don't condone bullying in my... I was bullied in my real life, and I don't condone it. Okay? So we're going to keep this very clean cut to honor me, and this is my brand, and this is what I'm going to portray. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. I 100% get it. But please understand that is what I'm going to do. Because it is my choice as a human being. So please don't talk about my private parts or any other private parts in this channel. Thank you and have a great day.